Shaun just finished up in England, not the result that everyone was looking for, but some bright sparks, especially with the bowlers like Jayden Seales, second highest wicket taker in the series. You must be pretty proud of his efforts.
Yeah, I think obviously when you come out of a series whitewash, I don't think you have any choice but to look at the positive stuff. And I think there was plenty of moments where we really hung in the game well with the ball, and you've just got to take those out and move on with the other stuff. But Jayden, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. I think I was looking at Jayden into this series to have a good one, and he had a decent lead up coming back from injury to sign with Sussex and get some game time under his belt before this series, and I think that showed.
The other bowlers as well, like Shamar Joseph, had a little bit of kind of fitness trouble, just struggling with niggles. That, as fast bowlers, you know all about that, but seemed to get stronger as the tour progressed and actually kind of showed some of his quality.
I think he's naturally he's naturally athletic, and he's young as well, so his body's in a different place, and maybe his preparation time can be a little bit less than someone maybe 5 or 6 years down the road. But I think the thing is with so much white ball cricket and red ball cricket crossover, there's always going to be tricky times about preparation for Test series, and I think ideally, definitely for Shamar, a little bit more preparation with the red ball would have been better. But in this day and age, you can't do a lot about that, and sometimes you have to just pick up, change the colour of the ball and get on with it type thing. So I think, considering his coming out of IPL not playing a great deal, and coming out of a World Cup not playing a great deal, to straight into a Lord's Test match, I think considering all that, he ended up doing pretty well.
One of the things that the captain talks about is the learning that can be done from a series like this, not just in your own game, but I guess seeing how the opposition operate, and certainly in that fast bowling department with Mark Wood operating 95 miles an hour plus, and then Gus Atkinson coming in and showing what skills he's got in his debut series. Do you think those are things that maybe will excite the West Indies bowlers and give them a little bit of motivation to try and repeat that when they play the next test?
Yeah, no doubt. I think when you're playing against guys that are in a world-class form at the time. I mean, Mark Wood, certainly, anyway, that last Test match was fantastic. You got to take your hat off to him, bowling at that pace for a long period of time, reverse swing, just a great showcase of fast bowling. So, and you got some young guys that can definitely learn from that stuff. And I mean, again, going to preparation, guys playing county cricket and coming in with some good match time under their belt, and it really did show. I think that was. If you look at the difference between, we've got a good crop of fast bowlers in our side, and I think the one thing I would put it down to in the end was probably a bit more preparation time. So I think as the Test series went on, our bowlers improved, and that was obvious to me. And then going into the next series, starting in Trinidad, I'm hoping we'll be we're hitting our straps, because we've had the 3 Test matches leading in. Maybe our training time comes down and we just get those matches in the West Indies. Yeah,
great challenge as well. South Africa, always pretty formidable, home or away. Some very decent batters in their side. Is that going to be a challenge? Do you think that will really excite the Windies bowlers?
I think South Africa are in a bit of a sweet spot at the moment with all their cricket. They've snuck up on people a little bit, and they've got some good leadership in amongst their group. And some seasoned campaigners now. I think with the Test side, they've got a couple of guys that are a little bit more inexperienced than the white ball team, maybe. So maybe we can have a look at exploiting a bit of that through the middle order and whatnot. But both teams. When I first joined the West Indies team, it was actually an A tour in South Africa, and a lot of the guys we played there are going to be in their Test side. So guys like Jayden were there, and Shamar was there on that tour, so they've already had a bit of a look at some of those batters, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
You know what it's like when you go on tour. Tours can be great experience, but they can be kind of hard work as well. When you get to come home, play in front of your own fans and have those home comforts in conditions that you know really well. You talk about Jayden back at Port of Spain, a real opportunity for the guys to enjoy playing at home again.
I think there's been a bit of time between home series, I think, as well, and the last series obviously being in Australia, on a big stage, and this is a big stage in England as well, against 2 high quality teams. I think it's you're right, it will be nice for the guys to get back home, Jaden going back to Trinidad as well with it, and just those home comforts and playing in home conditions as well. I mean, for me personally, I've not been with the team in the Caribbean, so it'd be interesting and new for me as well to be with the bowling group. They can probably tell me a bit more than I can tell them, I think, going into this series. So, looking forward to it.
How much did you enjoy playing when you were bowling in the Caribbean? How much fun is it?
My favourite tours, albeit white ball, but my favourite tours were the Caribbean, hands down. So, just that, I think that relaxed atmosphere, you get off a plane and you can sort of let it go a little bit and the island life, I guess. So it's going to be a lot different to being in big cities in the UK with a lot of eyeballs on you, to go back to the Caribbean and sort of the relaxed atmosphere.